This is my box, not your box, my box, blah blah blah, bollocks and all that. In my box, I'm doing an increasing amount of soldering, desoldering, taking things off, putting things back on, this, that and the other, that I thought it was about time that I invested in a desoldering kit. Now, this isn't just a hot air gun, it's actually a desoldering pump, a holder, sucker tips, solder tips, desolder tips, a long cable and a thing, and cleaning things as well. I'm going to assemble this and then we'll see if and how it performs. So you've got your filter that comes out, and I don't know how yet. It should come out like that, which is rather tight. So there's your filter, and there's the sucker bit that goes in, and all your solder should stay in there. And I've just noticed, look at that. That's bad. That's not been assembled right. For sake. I'm going to take it apart before I use it. Bloody thing. I've got a feeling loads of springs are going to come out. I think I'll just push it out of the way, to be honest. I'll get my ceramic tweezers because they're not as sharp as the others. Well, it's better than it was. It's not sticking out the bloody case anymore. Right, put it back together. To put the filter back in, you pop that in there and you pull the trigger, although I can't pull the trigger anymore. You pull the trigger and make sure it's as far back as you can. You slot that in there. This is a very, very tight fit. Why is that so tight? That's what she said. That is not going to go in there. It was tight coming out, but you can see, look, even if I pull that back as far as I possibly can, it's looking to me like this doesn't come back far. Well, it doesn't come back far enough. It's not looking like. It just does not come back far enough. It's a millimetre, but if I push that anymore, it's going to snap. Right, take it apart again. I've left that one in purposely because I don't really want any of that to come out. Oh, that comes off. Why do I always get the duff ones? I found the problem on here, right, this is the sucker, obviously seal and stuff like that. Now on the back of it there's a holding mechanism. It's just like a piece of plastic, obviously, and this goes into there. Now I advise, because there's a screw which I'm going to try and get back in a sec. The screw goes into there, and I advise that you're actually ready for this when it when you take the screw out, because there's a spring behind it. Now that goes in there. What I've had to do is take a piece. Ow! What I've had to do is take a piece off here, off that, because that catches. I'll try and show you. That is the spring that goes into there. So that's got to go like that. So that's the holding spring for the trigger. So when how's that gone? When you push the cartridge back off, the spring's gone now. When you push it forwards, it locks that into position, and when you pull the trigger, it pulls that down and it unlocks it, and then that goes backwards, and you can see on there where it actually catches on. You know, when you've got no money, well, very little money, but this will save me hours and hours and hours of work. desoldering, resoldering, you know, the amount of wick, the solder wick that I get through is unreal. That all goes in there. There's two locators, it has to go like that, and those go in there, and then I think it's just a quick case of slamming the lot together and hoping. Ha! Well, that's better. I've got all the wires out of the way, and that locks better as well. And then you put your cartridge in there, push that back. Look at that. That's better. Bloody fits now. Right, put it back together. Right, it's all in position. I can take this apart now. Well, so I can take the wires off now, and I can plug them in. So we've got one power wire which goes into there. That goes in there. My sucker goes on there. And that's done. Oh, I've got to attach that. Undo that. Put that in. Screw that up. That goes in there like that. I review stuff and I'll tell you the bloody truth. Yes, I mean I paid 80 quid for it. But it's gonna it's gonna pay for itself probably in 12 months. I'm gonna put some water in the sponge. Wow, it's a decent sponge. Here's an old board, one of my old designs that I've got to get all the sockets off because I do need them, I do use them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to put that out of the way. I'm going to turn it on with the switch on the back. Set it 160. Up, down, and I don't know what that's that up for. Ah, Celsius and Fahrenheit. So we'll turn that up. $300. Put it on the pin, wiggle it around a bit, press the button, and it sucks all the solder into that tube. So, here we go. I'm going to see how good this is to what I'm used to. Actually, that's quite good. It fell out and it's clean, look. I'm quite impressed with that. I've put this on top of a box because it's sending a lot of vibration through the table. It's clean. It's not as good as the thing that I'm used to, but I mean all the holes are clean. I don't know if you can see them, but all the holes are clean. Maybe you need a bit of solder braid on there afterwards. I've been doing a lot of work with this and I've saved myself a lot of money by not having to buy parts again that usually would have been stuck to a board. These IC holders, if you try and use solder braid or solder sucker on those, generally they get knackered because they get too hot through the pins and the pins start melting, and not the pins, the surrounding area. But this thing, it just sucks the solder out. It's paid for itself already just in those holders. For 80 quid, I can't fault it. I really can't fault it. The only thing that, well, obviously that I can fault is that, which was, as you saw when I first had it, a bit of a pig to get out. But to clean it, all you do is you take that out, and then you just, whatever's in there, dispose of it carefully in an environmentally safe manner. But apart from that thing that I had to modify at the beginning, for 80 quid, worth every single penny, believe me, it really is.